Hey traders, today is Monday, April the 19th, 2021. Scott Stewart with you again. And one of the questions that we've been getting a lot lately is on one of our most successful trades that we've had lately, and that is the overnight scalping trade. We have referred to it on and off as a zero DTE, and a couple people in my YouTube channel called me out and said that's not a genuine zero DTE, but whatever you want to call it, we call it the overnight scalping trade, where we use the E-mini futures contract and we use an iron butterfly setup when we have calm markets to try to scalp a couple of points out of that position. And so again, we've talked a lot about this in the last couple of months, well, the last month or so, I guess, where IV has really been sucked out of the marketplace, and it's really, really tough to get the premium that we need to justify the risk that we take in a normal iron condor or even just a credit spread during the day, during the cash session of the trading markets, where we're really getting these outsized moves that push right through both legs very easily. So these trades have been very, very successful for us. We put them on overnight when the situation dictates, and this would be an example of when the situation dictates. Very, very flat. You can see that's the opening right there of the overnight session, and we really haven't done anything. We really just kind of hung out here for a little bit, up about $8 on the E-minis right now. And so the trade, it's still working in here. If we go in here, we can see, let me refresh this. Here we go. It always helps if you're in the right account. So this is the order right here that I'm working right now. I've got an ask price in at $26, and we're sitting at a mid price just underneath that. So I'm going to probably need to adjust this just a little bit here in a moment to get a fill on this. But this is the order that we're looking at, and if we load that up, you can take a look at it here. And see, let's get rid of some of these other contracts that we have in here. Get rid of those. And you can kind of see what we're looking to build here. I'll come back. Let's just replicate that order again before we get it filled. Let's look at a similar order here. Go to the Analyses tab. There we go. That gives us a little bit better view of what we're trying to accomplish there. Let me remove the overlay right here, and that'll give us a little cleaner view. Okay, so there we go. So it's an iron butterfly where, again, we're selling the short legs at the exact same strike price, and then we're buying the outer wings. And you can see the numbers on it right there, about a $26 credit. Now, you can see obviously in a situation like this, I'll open it up just a little bit more so that we can see that a little clearer. This is only about a 50, and that's about as good as you're going to get on an iron butterfly like this, about a 50% probability of success trade, which is a little different than what we're used to in normal iron condors of, maybe 80 to 90% probabilities of success. It's about a $9,000 trade and putting up about a $9,000 profit potential. That's a little different as well. Generally speaking, you see in a normal iron condor, you're putting up almost, well, somewhere between $7 and $10 for every $1 that you can make. Here it's almost a 1-to-1 ratio. We're got a max loss of about 8,400. It's actually a little bit better, but that would of course be meaning that we hit this perfect tent right here. This isn't the goal with this trade, okay? This is a scalping trade. We're going to call market right now, and we would like to maybe get $2 out of this. Sometimes we get just $1, sometimes we get as much as $3. But if we could get in at 26 and out at 24 overnight sometime, that would be a great, great trade. And it would be a quick trade, and it's worked extremely well for us as of late. So I'm going to come back in here, and I'm going to work this until I can get a fill here. Let's come down and let's get this thing filled. and so I had to give up. A quarter. Okay, but we're in at 25.75. So there's our fill. We're in at 25.75. If we could get out around 23.75, that would be great. And so I'm going to go ahead and put that order in right now to see if we could get out at 23.75. There's my 7 contracts right there. Let's go for a close price, and I'm going to put it down at 23.75. That's my debit. Got my sell order in now, and that's working. And now we just relax and let the market do what it's going to do. So this will probably be my last check-in before bed. It's about 10:30 Mountain Time, and there's our fill right there, getting us in at 25.75. I probably could have been a little bit more patient with that, and maybe got a $26 fill, but that's not a bad fill right there, 25.75. There's my working order to exit at 23.75, and we're currently sitting at about 25.85. So we'll just let this grind through the night. All right, it's the next day. It is April the 20th, 2021, so now it's a Tuesday, and we did not get a fill overnight on our trade. You can see that we've got our working order still sitting in there at 23.75. We entered at 25.75, looking to get $2 out of it at 23.75. Haven't hit that yet because if we look at the trade, well, you can see on the chart right here what our futures did overnight. A little bit of a slide, and we wanted to sort of maintain as much as we could. So a couple of things to look at here as we make a decision in the morning time. It does look like futures are coming back right now, and that should bode well for us. We're still inside of our tent, and if we can push up here just a little bit higher, we might get a little bit of a help there on getting an exit here sometime in the morning. These are trades that you don't really want to sit in all day, and you definitely don't want to sit in it up to the expiration point of the day. One of the things that we look at every single day is our technical analysis. We have about 12 different indicators that we look through all day long, and we overlay that with a double overlay on moving averages all the way from a 5-day to a 200-day moving average, simple and exponential. That gives us sort of an overview for the marketplace, and in spite of the weakness yesterday, in spite of the weakness this morning in the marketplace, market's still flashing buy signals, even though we are getting some overbought signals here. And our pivot point for the day is about 41.82. 41.82. That would put us right up in this range, and so it gives us a little bit of confidence to continue to hold this trade. So again, we are about 25 minutes now out of the cash open on the marketplace, and we'll see how that works as we look again at the charts. You can see that we're starting to build a little bit of momentum here coming into the open, and hopefully that puts us right inside of the tent here, and we can get an exit on our trade. Okay, quick update here. We're into the next day. It's 4/21. It's a Wednesday now. This is our expiration date on this trade. You can see that the market really sold off, really tanked in the overnight. And that obviously didn't help us at all, but we're rebounding here this morning. And so that's where we sit right now. That little flag is where the market's at. This is where our tent's at in the Iron Butterfly. Anywhere in there, obviously, at expiration would be a profit. If we look at exiting the trade now, we can look at our fills on this. Excuse me. There's our fill. We got in at 25.75, and if we wanted to replicate that trade right now, it's at about 29.75. So we're still a little ways off. We need this to move, obviously, back into our tent here, but it's moving in the right direction right now. Okay, there you go. We just got filled at 8:37. It's 8:39 a.m. right now. So you can see we got in at a 25.75 credit, got out at a 22.75 credit. That's $3. And if we just replicate this, you can see 25.75 would have been about $8,900. $8,900. No, $9,400. $9,400 would be the trade. $9,400 was the trade. And if we get out here at 22.75, let's see. Let's make sure we're using the right numbers here. So if I got in at 25.75, there we go. That 25.75. Okay, so that's the $9,000. Okay, and I exit at 22.75. That's about $8,000. So basically about $1,000 profit on the trade, which wasn't designed to be an overnight trade, but that's not too shabby, guys. Bringing in $1,000 on a $9,000 trade. That's our iron butterfly trade that we like to do overnight quite a bit lately, as the market has been fairly calm, and that's pretty darn good result. Generally, we're looking for about a $2 scalp on it. I got a $3 scalp on that one.